Hey, what's going on, guys? Tropical Fish Guy here. Today we're going to talk about the top 3 plants for your freshwater aquarium. Now, the difference between this and other videos might be that I'm talking about 3 easy plants that you don't need the high fancy lighting systems for. It's just a regular, I've got regular old cheapo lights on all these aquariums, anywhere from the, I'll show you the aquanites to the hygers. The best light I got is on my 65, and I'll show you that. It's the Hyger premium light that I showed you. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link up here or down in the description below. That's a really good light. But the other lights, very simple, easy, cheap lights. And these 3 plants here, you can grow anywhere, right? If I can grow them, you can grow them. But you never know, because some plants that people say, oh, these are so easy, like Java moss, Java fern, I can't grow, you know, but these to me are the top 3, and I'll throw in an honorable mention as well. Let's go ahead and I'll show you these tanks, and I'll show you these plants in these tanks, and we'll get going. So I have all these 3 plants in most of my aquariums, right? This one here by the door, that one there. I'll show you all these fish tanks, right, have these top 3 plants. So let's go ahead and show you. The one by the door. So plant number 1, which is very easy, is the jungle vallisneria. This is the corkscrew vallisneria. It's a background plant because it grows so fast. It goes all the way, and you can see that I need to cut these. But very easy plant to grow. Check this out. The leaves will just go all on top of the aquarium and just wrap around and stuff. It's crazy. I mean, the taller the tank, the better, but it doesn't really matter because you can just clip them down, and I'm gonna have to do that. Second easiest is Anubias, right? Well, let's go back first. So these grow fast. If you want fast growing plants, you get these jungle vallisneria. Like I said, the cheapo lights, I mean, these don't even have names on them. These are the aquanite lights. This is for the 20 gallon. These are very easy. These are root feeders. So they do need to be put inside the gravel, right, or inside the substrate, whatever you're using, sand, whatever. They might not grow good in sand, but I don't know. I don't have any sand, but leave a comment below if you have sand and if you've had luck with that. So jungle vallisneria, number 1. Number 2, cryptocorynes or crypts. You'll hear everyone call them crypts. Now I got this crypt here when it was about, and it's huge, right? When it was about the size of this one. See this one here? Little bitty crypt running out like that. Just a little bitty tiny guy right here. This guy, they grow slow. Okay, so crypts, they grow slow. So I've had this for about maybe a year, right? Well, this is new. Well, actually not. This I've had for about a year, but this right here, I've had for about 2 years, okay? And it started this size. Okay, so they grow kind of slow. I mean, that's about, you know, a corner of the fish tank, and that one is like nothing. But they grow slow, they're hardy, they're healthy. These guys, they do need root tabs, I would recommend. And I'll leave a link in the description below or up here on my video on root tabs, okay? So they do need root tabs. They grow slow, but they're very beautiful. They look nice, and they're easy to keep, okay? I don't ever have to do anything with those guys except maybe every few months, just chunk in a root tab, but I forget to do that too. Going back to these jungle valves, they don't need anything. Right? They don't need root tabs, they don't need anything, they just grow. And I've pulled out a lot of these jungle valves and put into these other tanks as well, and you'll see that here in a second. Plant number 3, Anubias, right? Anubias is a water column feeder. It does have roots, but it doesn't really get too much of its nutrients from the gravel, from the dirt, right? Most of the nutrients that the Anubias gets is from the water. So sometimes I do fertilization, but most of the time I don't, because I am lazy and I forget. But I will also put the link on my fertilizer for the water column feeders, such as Anubias. Okay, so top 3, jungle val, cryptocoryne, whatever you want to call it, and Anubias. Okay, so let's let's look and see how they grow in these other tanks, right? And as we're walking by this, check out the pond. If you haven't seen the pond video, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's see here. And I'll do an update on that pond here a little bit later. I'm gonna change out the filter, but so here we have this 20 long, it's a 20 long. It's got the puffers in there. It's got the puffer and the bristlenose pleco, but look at this. This is just overrun. I have to redo this whole tank, right? It's overrun with jungle val because, and as you can see up there, the jungle val is like all the way going through the top. It's pretty neglected, but all I've got is a couple of fish in there, but I'll have to redo that. But like I said, cheapo light. Here's another, I think that's the aqua meat, but just, you know, a no-name cheapo light I got off eBay. I'll leave a link to these cheapo lights as well. Here's the 75, one of my main tanks, right? So you'll see Anubias, very nice looking there. I've had this piece of Anubias for like ever, right? I mean, like this right here and this right here, these are two separate pieces, but this piece right here and this piece right here, probably like 2 years it took to grow that big. And it's pretty big. I mean, it's pretty big. Look at that. You want to talk, side tangent, you want to talk about life going against all odds? Look at that. Shrimps in there. Holy cow. Holy cow. This used to be, I don't, well, it did not used to be a shrimp tank, but I don't know. I guess moving plants or something like that, shrimps are surviving in this tank where they should not. Look at this, we got barbs in here. We've got, you know, Siamese algae eaters. We've got, you know, oh, those Odessa barbs. If you haven't seen my video on the Odessa barbs, oh, they are looking very nice. Look at that. I know you can't, oh, look at that, Odessa barbs. Very nice, look at that. Oh, that's a cherry barb. The cherry barbs are cool too, but there's the Odessa barbs that I got the other day. Watch that video, that's pretty cool. But back to the plants, yeah, this right here probably took like 2 years, maybe, or a year. I don't know how long I've been in this house, 1.5 years maybe, for that. But that's a nice looking piece right there. There's Anubias there. There's some Anubias. I think that's like Anubias Nana Petite or something. I'm not sure what the heck that is. But there's Anubias there. So lots of Anubias. Here's some crypts right here. Here's some crypts right there. I do need to put some fertilizer in there, or some root tab, sorry, in there for that. That's one little crypt in there. And then I just recently, what I grabbed from, you know, the tank over there, I put in here, so we'll see how good that grows right there. But I do need more gravel though. So if you notice, for these plants that require, that get their nutrients from the gravel, from the substrate, from dirt, whatever you want to call it, they need some sort of gravel. So I need to increase this probably 1 inch maybe, so that things can work out well for the substrate feeders, such as I mean, not really I expect the corkscrew valve to grow really fast, but for the crypts, I definitely need to add more gravel. And for the, there's some Java moss there. I mean, I said I couldn't grow it, but it took a long time to grow and a long time to grow in there. And actually growing all right, but man, that's amazing with that shrimp, huh? Those shrimp in there, that's crazy. But anyways, so crypts, Anubias, jungle val. Okay, same thing over here. We can get a, here's the 20 high. All right, here's the 20 high. I don't know if you can tell back there, I've got a little experiment for the Anubias inside a little plastic cup, okay? There's the Anubias back there. Here's the crypt right here. Sorry about the algae, but here's the crypt right there. And I don't have any Anubias in, yeah, okay, so Anubias, crypt, and check this, jungle val just growing crazy, right? Like I said, it's just massively growing. So I removed it from this side, but if you can see, hiding back there is my rope fish. Yeah, there's my rope fish back there. He hides quite a bit, he's comfortable. There should also be another fish in there. I'll have to watch for him, but Hopefully he's all right. And as you might see, I have also got some hornwort in here. Hornwort's really easy to grow as well. I mean, it's a floating plant, so that's the number one honorable mention. That's the first honorable mention. Hornwort, it grows on top. It grows really fast. I'll show it to you again. In this tank, the 50 gallon, shark tank, we've got bala sharks, and we've got rosaline sharks in here. Got a Siamese alligator somewhere in there. We've got a pictus cat. We've got a red-tailed shark. So here's the hornwort up there. It's growing pretty good. It does good when I mean, it's a water column feeder obviously as well, but it does pretty good. But when it dies out like this, it causes a mess. So that's why it's an honorable mention. But let's look at the Anubias. This is the tank where this Anubias actually flowered, which is incredible. I mean, just this plain old aquanite. This is the aquanite also. Light. It's just a cheapo light for a 4 foot long for like a 55 or a 50. But Anubias, here, I'll step back here. Anubias is looking really good here. I'm really liking that. It can handle the sharks, right? So I've got some of this, looks like miniature jungle val. I mean, I don't know if it's a different type of what, but this one here, for some reason, it doesn't grow very fast. So I'm not sure if I got the miniature version on this one or what. But here as well, I'm gonna take this and move this. I mean, this hadn't grown too much. I guess because also, maybe, I don't have much gravel in this tank. So I need to increase the gravel level on this tank. Oh, there's the pictus cat, check him out. He's cool. He usually swims around, but he knows I'm filming him. Look at that. How cool is that? I'm gonna do a pictus cat care guide one day and just show him off. But anyways, the Anubias, maybe they call this dwarf corkscrew val. I don't know. But there's the Crebensis. He looks cool too. Check him out. Yeah, or her out. Sorry. Crebensis is one of the few fish that the females actually have that look better than the males. Usually in the fish world, males look better, but you know, Crebensis are different. So what do I not have in here? I don't have any, I didn't put any crypts in here because I knew I didn't have enough gravel in here. All right, so let's take a look at the 65 over here in the living room. All right, so this one, it has this beautiful blue acara. If you haven't seen my video yet on the blue acara, he is such a wonderful fish. Wonderful fish, gets along with everybody, but definitely check it out. So we got some Anubias here. This Anubias has been here for a while, a couple months. It's growing pretty well. I'll have to clean off the algae on that. This is a good tank, good sized tank for the jungle val, since it is a very tall tank, not a very tall, it's maybe a couple foot tall. Looks like maybe, yeah, a couple foot tall, so it's probably one of the taller tanks that I have. But check it out. I mean, I love it the way that the jungle val goes up like that. One problem with the jungle val or any live plants is it can clog your filters, but I'm going to be doing a video on these little filter screens, but so subscribe to see that. But that happens, not a big deal. Definitely ways to correct that, but check the jungle val growing up here. And I also grabbed the jungle val from there and put it in here. So this is transplanted jungle val that's actually doing well. Anubias, boom, number 2. And the crypts. The crypts aren't doing so good. They're brand new. Not brand new, maybe I'd say month or two. So let's keep an eye on that. I haven't put any root tabs down there, so I probably should do that, but that one is there. So the honorable mentions I showed you are the hornwort, which I just showed you, but let me tell you about a non-aquarium plant that you can put inside, the roots actually inside the aquarium, but they grow up like they grow out of the aquarium better than they grow in. But that's just pothos, regular old pothos. Check that out, that's pretty cool. And if you, and here's what it looks like in the pot, right, in the dirt. And you can snip off a piece, put it in there, it'll grow like that. But I'll show you a really cool one back over here in the fish room, right? So pothos, I got pothos growing here, and it'll grow out. I mean, the roots just, you know, hang in there. But one way to do it that you can pretty much ensure, look at this right here. This is, yeah, look at this. This pothos is growing crazy right here. And this was just an experiment on if I can grow pothos inside, you know, inside an aquarium as far as the roots are concerned. So I'll leave a link in the description below on that video. Sorry about the algae. This is just a quarantine tank, right, that I've got my beta in right now. Beta's doing really good. He's just chilling. Yep, sorry about the water spots. But it's just a cut-off bottle, a Coke bottle, right? And I stuck in the stem of that pothos in there, and now it's, look at this, going crazy. So I might have to do some kind of a, I don't know, some kind of a trellis or something. I don't know. Think about what I can do. But amazing, amazing that the pothos can grow with the stems inside the aquarium. Now, I have tried to grow pothos completely underwater, and that's in the pond here. So the pond pothos is doing pretty good, but I don't imagine it lasting very long. It's just floating around. And it's been floating around for, I'd say, ever since my video on setting this up. I tried to set it up with the little pool noodle things, but they just, you know, the fish just suck them off and they come off. So let's see how, I don't imagine they'll grow very well. I don't know, we'll see, but they haven't died off yet. So honorable mention number 2, pothos. Honorable mention number 1 was the hornwort. The hornwort grows on top, does really well, especially outside. But, oh yeah, and here's the pothos growing out of just a regular old goldfish bowl, right? No goldfish, too small. This bowl's too small, but it's doing well. I mean, just look at the roots. It's just sitting there, growing out of this bowl here. And I've also got some Java moss that's actually going pretty well in there too. So maybe Java moss, I don't know, they prefer non-flowing water. I don't know what the deal is, why I can grow it in there, but I can't grow it anywhere else. But anyways, there you have it, guys. A real quick one on the top 3 freshwater plants that I would recommend for low light. Okay, so give me a like if you like freshwater plants. Give me a like if you like fish. Leave a comment below on what your favorite plants are for a freshwater tank. And I'll try to grow them, but they gotta be easy. You know, I don't do the high light CO2. No CO2 required for any of these plants that I talked about. Very low tech, very, you know, simple. I'm a simple guy, you guys know by now. But anyways, subscribe to the channel if you like fish stuff. Share this with someone who likes fish stuff. And as always, happy fish keeping. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.